Good morning. Thank you for joining Hiding Behind the Lipstick 3.0 Ministry. I am your host, Ophelia Waters, and today I want to talk with the women exclusively about the effects of breast cancer on a woman. Breast cancer is the most common diagnosed cancer among women in the United States, with 1 in every 8 women developing this cancer. Breast cancer typically develops as a small tumor or a lump in the tissue throughout the breast, and then if it's cancerous, it spreads through the lymph nodes. It's a known fact that survival depends on early detection. Therefore, mammograms are important and self-breast examination. For that reason, it is paramount that we do our routine self-exams of breast checking for lump, knots, growth, and any abnormalities of the breast. And as I mentioned earlier, annual mammograms are just as important. They are so important that you go and get your mammograms along with the breast self-exams. I must say that I've had my yearly exam. I have had my yearly exam at the Methodist North Diagnostic Center. And it's not a long process. I was in and out within about 30 minutes. So it's not long. It's nothing that's going to take all your time. The women there get you in and out for your mammogram. My point is here that there's no excuse for not getting yearly mammograms. It's not time consuming. Right here, I need to let you know that there are several types of breast cancer. There are 2 broad categories, invasive and non-invasive. Now, invasive, which is infiltrating breast cancer, the cancerous cells break through normal breast tissue barriers and spread to other parts of the body throughout the bloodstream and the lymph nodes. It get all in the lymph nodes, it get in the bloodstream, and then it goes into the body outside of the breast. At that point, that's not early detection. That's not an early stage. But we want to continue to talk about this so everyone will know. Now, non-invasive is the in situ breast cancer. And these cancerous cells remain in a particular location of the breast without spreading to surrounding tissue, lobes, or the ducts. Now, breast cancer is also classified or staged based on where the disease started, either in the milk ducts or in the lobes, and how the disease grows and other factors is what makes the doctors be able to determine what stage your cancer is in. Then we have other types of breast cancer, that is sarcoma of the breast, metaplastic carcinoma, angiocystic carcinoma, phyllodes, and angiosarcoma. Breast cancer symptoms, the most common and recognized symptom is a lump or a mass in the tissue of the breast. Nipples should be examined as well as the breast. Check the glands under the arm as well, where the lymph nodes are. If the milk ducts are becoming diseased, the symptoms will be a distinct lump that you can feel. This is called invasive ductal carcinoma. Invasive lobular carcinoma, which forms in the milk producing glands, may cause a thickening in the breast. There will be some changes. If you're familiar with your body, then certainly you will understand and you'll be able to tell if there's some changes in your breast. Remember that symptoms of breast cancer vary from person to person. Some of common breast cancer symptoms and signs include skin changes, such as swelling, redness, or visible difference in one or both of the breasts. An increase in the size or a change in the shape of your breast is another sign or a symptom. General pain in or on any part of the breast. That's a warning sign. If your breast is not giving you problems down through the years and all of a sudden you notice that they're extra tender and that they remain that way, then you need to get in to see your primary care doctor so he can get you scheduled for a mammogram or some diagnostic testing. But just please do not hide behind the lipstick and ignore that this is going on. A change in appearance of one or both nipples. Again, your body, you should know what's normal for you. Lump, nose, masses, bumps that are felt on or inside of the breast. These are abnormal things, and these are things that you need to get checked out. And God forbid that there's cancerous cells there, but you do want to know. And early detection is the key. For the signs and symptoms, you must do monthly self-breast exam. Can't say that enough. I mean, it seems like I'm saying it over and over again because it's vitally important that you do your self-breast exam. Now, here are some symptoms more specific to invasive breast cancer. They are irritated or itchy breasts, change in color of the breast, increase in size or shape over a short period of time, a change in touch. Breast may feel hard, may feel tender, or it may feel warm. Peeling or flaking of the skin on and around the nipple area. Breast thickening or breast lump. Redness or pitting of the breast skin like the skin of an orange. If that is happening, then those are unusual things and you need to have that checked out. Now, there is a type of breast cancer called inflammatory breast cancer, and the symptoms for that are red, swollen, itchy breast that is tender to the touch. Breast surface has ridged or pitted appearance, again, an orange peel look. That's a symptom. Heaviness, burning, aching in one breast visibly larger than the other one. Inverted nipples, which means they are facing towards you, the inverting of the nipple. No mass is felt on self-breast exam, but you're swollen, lymph nodes under the arm or above the collarbone. These are symptoms. And symptoms remain post antibiotics. Sometimes you've had some things to go on and you got some breast, some nodules or something that you feel, but it's different and you know that it's time to go and have it checked out. Now, since there may not be a lump or a mass, and you may not have a lump in inflammatory breast disease. We talk about breast cancer, inflammatory breast cancer. You may not have a lump or a mass. It is important that you are visibly aware of any and all changes that occur with your breast and your body. Know your body, know your breast, examine your breast. If you have any of these symptoms, see your doctor at once. Call your nurse practitioner, let them know what's going on. Now let's talk a little bit about breast cancer risk factors. Each year, over 190,000 people are diagnosed with breast cancer. 190,000 people, according to the National Cancer Institute. It is reported that there is a 2% decrease in breast cancer. Aging is a factor. On the average, women over 60 are more likely to be diagnosed with breast cancer. Only about 10 to 15% of breast cancer occurs in younger women under 45. Gender is a factor. Women are more commonly diagnosed with breast cancer than men. However, nearly 2,000 men are diagnosed with breast cancer each year. Family history is a factor. Women whose mothers, sisters, daughters has had breast cancer, this may make the risk double for you. Your doctor, your caregiver needs to know of these family risk factors as well. Inherited factors. These are inherited genetic mutations in the BRCA1 and the BRCA2, and all of that means nothing to you. But the BRCA1 and the BRCA2 genes are the most common inherited causes scientifically known. But if you hear it again, you will know that you heard it first here on Hiding Behind the Lipstick 3.0. But I really want you to be aware of your body and what is going on with you. Our bodies are factors. Our whole body is a factor. Obesity after menopause. Fat tissues may contribute to the increase in estrogen levels, and the increase in levels of estrogen may increase the risk of breast cancer. Weight gain during adulthood and excessive body fat around the waist may also play a role. I mean, I'm just saying. I got some too. Thank God you can't see me. Not having children is a risk factor. Women who don't have children, or the women that were premature, who were pregnant later in life, which is over 35, may have a greater chance of developing breast cancer. High breast density is a factor. These are women with less fatty tissue and more granular and fibrosis tissue, with a higher risk than women with less dense breasts. Certain breast changes, certain benign, non-cancerous breast conditions may increase breast cancer risk. Your menstrual history. Women like me who started having their periods at an early age before the age of 12, or women who have menopause at an early age or after age 55, the risk becomes slightly higher in those women. Lifestyle factors. Studies show that having a sedentary lifestyle, physical activity is the form of regular exercise for 4 to 7 hours a week, may help to reduce the breast cancer risk. Look, ladies, we need to get moving. We need to get up and exercise. We need to get going. We need to be able to move around faster, have a little more energy. Exercise will increase your energy level, and then you feel better about life altogether. Let's get moving. Another factor is heavy drinking. Did you know heavy drinking is linked to an increased risk of developing breast cancer? So you thought that cocktail and that cocktail and this cocktail wouldn't have anything to do with that. Sounds funny, doesn't it? But the breast cancer rate is higher among women that drink heavy. And to increase it, that increases the risk of developing breast cancer. According to the American Cancer Society, you can reduce the risk of cancer by making healthy choices, like eating right, staying active, remember, get moving, and not smoking. Cancer Center's helpline number is 800-227-2345. That's the Cancer Center helpline, 800-227-2345. Now, breastfeeding may be a factor that may lower the risk. Women who chose to breastfeed for at least several months may get the lower risk benefit. See, it's more to it and things that we can do. But women, we must educate ourselves on our own bodies. Preventive surgery for women with a very high breast cancer risk, surgery to remove the breast may be an option. You know, if it's hereditary, if your genetics are high for the cause of breast cancer, then a lot of our actresses in Hollywood has chosen to just have them removed and to have the breast surgery to put more breast there. So there are options and there are things that you can do. Removing the ovaries, which are a main source of estrogen in the body. Removing breast or ovaries may lower the risk of breast cancer and it cannot eliminate the risk completely, but it may lower the chance. All depends on what your genetics are lined up saying. Another option is to have more frequent doctor visits to look for breast cancer. If you know that mama had it, grandmama had it, aunties had it, and your sisters have it, then you may need to get checked more often to watch to see if there are things going on with you. Stay under close observation. This will not lower the risk, but it may help it to be found early and when it's likely to be easier to treat. This is the thing called survival. The survival rate, known as the 5-year survival rate, is simply the percentage of people who live at least 5 years after being diagnosed with cancer. The 5-year relative survival rate for women with stage 0 or stage 1 breast cancer is close to 100%. And that's good news, ladies. That's good news. For women with stage 2 breast cancer, the 5-year relative survival rate is about 93%. That's still some pretty good odds. Survival rate for stage 3 breast cancer is about 72%, and oftentimes women with these breast cancers can be successfully treated. That sounds like good news, but how can you get treated if you continue to hide the fact that something is wrong? If you think something is wrong, then go to the doctor, show your breast to somebody. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Excuse me, my phone was ringing. The survival rate are estimates only. Only God can predict what will happen to any individual person. Here's some tips to help you along your way. The Affordable Care Act makes breast cancer screening and counseling free. All health plans must cover these benefits at no cost to you. All health plans under the Affordable Care Act will cover your mammograms and your screening. Breast cancer is serious, and it is worth your time to stop and schedule a mammogram. You can get a free mammogram every 1 to 2 years if you are age 40. For further information on this matter, go to WebMD and by all means talk with your doctor or your nurse practitioner about your mammogram needs. Be healthy and no longer continue to hide behind the lipstick. Thank you for listening to our broadcast, and I hope something was said that will help you along the way and that will increase your ability to get some help or to have you to just do the self-breast exam and get your yearly mammograms. Until next time, remember, you can listen to us on YouTube at the Ophelia Waters Show, and please subscribe to our broadcast. Until next time, be blessed.